before I kick anything off, I just have to say thank you to everyone who has helped me get to this point where we've got guests, we've got all the equipment for Straight Outta Weston, a community podcast for Weston-Super-Mare, to try and highlight some of the amazing stuff we have. So I can't say thank you enough. So let's get into it. Thank you very much for tuning in to Straight Outta Weston, a community podcast for Weston-Super-Mare, to try and highlight some of the amazing stuff, what happens in Weston-Super-Mare. I've got the questions, I've got the guests, we have got some members of WODS. By the way, I've labelled myself WODS #1 fan, so can we just have a bit of a round of applause for WODS?
Hi.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
So let's just go through names. So this one here, some of us, you know, she's a member.
I'd forgotten the name. This one.
I knew you're familiar from somewhere.
Almost here. She's a member today, but she's also producer of the podcast as well. So
I am.
What do you want to be a producer or a guest?
I'll be both. Can I not be both?
Yeah, why not? We can do that. Yeah.
Thanks.
Brilliant.
Project guest.
And then the next on the list is
Gazina.
Hi, Casino.
Hi, I'm a guest.
You're definitely a guest
Definitely
today.
a guest.
And then we've got the amazing.
I'm Neil, and I am a professional loiterer.
He definitely is. Right. So enough of the intros. I've got some questions. So let's get asking some questions. So WODS. What does WODS actually stand for? Should we?
World Operatic and Dramatic Society.
Yay!
Like
5 points.
You won a prize.
You've won a prize.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. Prize every time. So WODS has been going for quite a few years, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many exactly? Do you know?
It started in 1972.
52 years.
Wow. Over 50 years.
Yeah.
That is I bet you've done quite a few shows in 50 years, haven't you? Well, you obviously you guys haven't.
No.
I mean,
We're
we're
too
looking
young.
good for our age.
Yeah.
We've been doing
I
it
was gonna
since
say, yeah.
52.
It's pretty. So obviously you guys perform, and your last big performance was Sister Act, which was fantastic. Really enjoyed it. But when it comes to choosing a show, is it like a process, or do you just like pluck it out of a hat, or what's the process of choosing a performing musical?
So we put it out to our members. Has anyone got any ideas? Because obviously we need to be led by them. We want them to enjoy doing the show. And then we go through the process of looking at licensing. And then, we need to weigh up whether it's feasible. People are quite tight with their money at the minute. You know, we need to make sure that it's a show that people want to come and see and that members want to be in.
It's a bit of a mixture as well, that it's timing it when you've got these shows that go for these national tours, which rules them out for amateur productions being able to do it, but also you have to really look at the breakdown of what the cast is like in each of the shows. So if you have very much like a female heavy company for a particular society, there's no point doing a very male heavy show or something like that. So you find something that fits with the society, or with the cast that you've got as well, as much as anything else.
So obviously you've chosen your show. It's like, right, we're going to go ahead with this. Auditions. Do you do like an X Factor auditions where you've got like a panel of people and people come in and go, "Oh, I want to audition for Charlie."
So before that,
that kind of stuff.
the famous Charlie
Like
in
that
every
every time.
every show.
I've heard he's been to a chocolate factory.
Yeah. So before that, we need to create and put together our production team. So that sometimes that we want that to be in-house, really. We want our members to be part of that, but sometimes we need to reach out and try and get some other talent to reach out. So we need a musical director that's going to be put on a really, really high standard of singing and the band together to make a really good sound for the show. We need choreographers to put together the movement, and then we need some directors to put it all together. So that's before the auditions.
Right.
We tend to cast from within the society. Yeah, we want to keep going, but we do reach out every time we've got a new show coming up. We want new members to get involved, new talent, fresh people. Yeah, so we have got one coming up.
I was going to say, so have you got to be in the society for so long, or so say I was like, oh, you've got something coming up, can I audition as a non-member?
You'd have to audition to be part of the society.
Okay.
Yeah, so we do the new members auditions, and then that means that you are able to audition to be in the shows.
Oh, okay. Have you got any new members auditions coming up?
I believe we've got them coming up on the 18th of June.
Yes.
If I remember rightly.
18th
So,
of June.
It's quite soon.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
You were interested when you said, but I misheard.
Do you know, I'd love to, but you guys would all run off if I tried singing.
But you won't. I mean, with any of the auditions that come up, when you say about, is it like X Factor? Sitting behind the desk and watching the auditions sometimes can feel that way. You can be like, okay, I don't want to seem like I'm on the X Factor panel. But then the other side of it's as much as I'll sit there and I'll be very stoic with the kind of audition panel, put me the other side and I'm auditioning, I go to pieces every time. Yeah, every time.
When you're on the panel, are you a bit of a Simon Cowell kind of guy? Or are you just like, oh, bless them, they tried?
I deploy my poker face.
Right.
I will hold eye contact with whoever's auditioning in front of me. It doesn't matter if you feel that you are very confident with it or whether you're not. I will try not to show anything because I don't want to put off whoever's in front of me or give them any kind of indication of what I'm thinking. So I very much.
I am the complete opposite. I am a full smile, like you've turned up.
Yeah.
Like I'm over the top, supportive, because I know in that position it is so stressful, and to be able to put yourself forward. And sing in front of people or act and be vulnerable is such a massive thing. I always feel like that's a huge win and a huge tick before you've even started, is that you've walked through the door. Yeah.
That's kind of why I go poker face, because I don't want to give any, like, if you've got someone auditioning, I don't want them to be thinking, is he enjoying it? Is he not enjoying it? Oh, he likes that bit, or he doesn't like that bit. It doesn't. I don't want to give any of those kind of cues. No. I just want people to kind of go through the audition part and me not interfere with it. So it's not a, I'm not responding, I don't think you're doing very good. It's always more of just that, I don't want to put you off, I don't want to give you anything that puts you off doing the best you can.
It's nice to have a happy medium, actually. Yeah. If you know that there's somebody on the panel and you're sort of going, oh, just give me something. Just give me something to go, hey, no, that's not you, and I know that's not you. But then it's nice to have somebody that's sort of smiling, but then you think, are they just smiling because they're like, I really don't know what else to say, or do, or react? Yeah. Did they like it, or are they just going, oh, that's very good.
Thanks for coming.
No. But being on the other side is definitely a scary thing. It doesn't matter how many times you do it and how many shows you audition for. There's always that sort of fear and that anticipation, because you are putting yourself out there. You are saying to people, this is what I'm bringing to the table, and actually, you know, if they don't like it, then that sort of comes back on you, and you think, well, what should I have done better, and things like that. But it's all very supportive. It's a supportive environment to be in and to come and audition for.
Yeah, the green room for auditions can be probably the most positive place you can ever be, because everyone's just bigging each other up and giving a lot of support.
Lots of cheering and sort of, when you come out, everybody sort of gives each other a hug and says, you know, how did it go, and you know. But it's good.
Yeah, on the last one, we had about 5 or 6 members greeting people.
Really?
It turned into a bit of a social.
Yeah, it did.
It was hard to get people into their auditions, because they were like, it was a bit of a flavour of what actually the society's like. You know, this family, fun, having a laugh, trying to get to know each other environment. They had that in the room, and I think some of them forgot that they were coming into audition.
Well, I was going to ask you, like, what is one of the major benefits of being part of WODS, and you've kind of just answered it there, where you say like you're all supportive of each other and it's like a big family, and you know, you kind of egg each other on, which is, you know, fantastic, isn't it? It's, having that support must be a massive thing. Yeah. So your last big show was Sister Act. The one before that was Wind in the Willows.
Yep.
So I was lucky enough to come and see your dress rehearsal for Wind in the Willows. And before you guys went on, because it was at the Playhouse, I was like, well, I'm at the Playhouse, it's all empty. I'm going to sneak on stage. So I was able to walk out on stage, and I kind of got like an inkling of what you guys feel and it was like, wow, lights are on you, there wasn't anyone there, but it was still amazing. And I thought that was for me was a really good memory for me. Like I was like, well, I'm at the Playhouse of Weston-Super-Mare, standing on the stage. So leading on to my next question, with the shows you guys have been in, what's your most memorable, happiest moment of any of the shows you've been in? Wow. It's a tough one, isn't it?
Really, I suppose for me, sorry, jumping in, is Rent. That was my first ever show with the Society. I came in as a new member and auditioned for that. And there were quite a few newbies, you included, and
it was
Laura.
It was all our first show, wasn't it?
Rent was our first ever show, and it was such an emotive show as well. And I think all of us were just so engrossed in the whole show. We all built friendships from that show as well, because it was quite hard hitting, I think, and some of the rehearsals were quite difficult because of the content of the show.
Yeah.
And I think that brought us all together, and I think we just all sort of got on so well, and again, it's that support, it's that camaraderie between everybody, isn't it?
We also, that period was just after COVID.
Yeah.
And because of that, we had some restrictions, and then we had to change. And I think that I agree with what you say.
Yeah.
It was such a tight-knit, family and relationships, but it's because I think we spent longer than we should have. It really it just felt like we were going to do this show whenever, but while we were doing it, we were having such a good time. It felt like about a year's worth of prep in the end, didn't it?
Yeah, it was so good,
Yeah, I think Rent for me definitely was. I mean, coming back to, it wasn't just coming back after COVID. It was also the first time I'd come back to perform on stage as well, slightly personally and selfishly for me. But it was, like you say, that just mixing with everybody, everyone really got on well. There was, you can sometimes feel that, you've got the principals who go and do their bit, you've got the chorus will do their bit, or the dancers will do their bit. There was literally none of that. I didn't feel any of that in Rent. It felt like all of us were just so on even keel. We were all working really, really well together. And probably the best moment for me was after the final show that we did, and when we were all there on the stage together at the very end, doing the last few notes of Rent. That will stick with me for ages. That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant feeling.
Yeah, that was a moment.
Yeah.
I think you got a bit of footage of that sneakily in the audience, didn't
you?
That last,
it was amazing.
That last Seasons of Love. Those last few moments.
Because that was the shot. I seen the last shot.
Yeah. It was a moment.
And even our musical director, Natasha, for that, she even came out from the orchestra and actually came and sang with us, and it was just such a lovely moment. The audience were on their feet, and everybody was just on this journey with us. It was something else.
Speaking of Natasha, she should have been on today, but she's not feeling well, so get well soon, Natasha. And I remember sitting in the audience of Ren, and she was under the stage. And all you could see was these magnificent shoes of hers.
Shoes every night.
It was funny because you get little glimpses of these shoes, and people around oh, look at the shoes, look at the shoes. And it's it didn't steal the show, but it was definitely a talking point about, who's that person under the stairs with the shoes on? So that was pretty funny. That.
Tell you a talking point that nearly did steal the week was asking Natasha about her robot vacuum, which is just a beautiful.
That's a story for another podcast.
Another time.
Natasha, when you're on next, because we're definitely getting you on, you're gonna have to tell us about that one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Go on, Lozzie. What's
my highlight?
Yeah. What is your highlight?
I want to say selfishly, it was. Obviously. No, I think it was such a big thing for me to put myself out there and do Rent. I went for a company sort of role, wanted to be part of the Society. Rent was one of my favourite shows, and I got a little part in it to kind of have a bit of a solo. But then pushing myself to really go for a lead was a massive thing for me. And I think that my proudest thing was Wind in the Willows, I think, so far. And I feel like, even though I've loved my roles I've had in Bad Girls and Sister Act, it was kind of the first one where I was like, actually people believe that I can do this, and it gave me a really good boost to get a lead in that.
Yeah, I mean, Winning of the Willows was so good. And I'm a bit biased because obviously you was involved and also my girls were involved.
Yeah,
so like having you all it was amazing. It was just one of those amazing shows, but it was just so well done.
It was a great show, and it was lush to do it with our junior section, and it was a bit different, wasn't it? Because I think the tone had to change in rehearsals. We had to have a swear jar, and make sure that we were keeping it PG and stuff. But we built some really good relationships, and they're continuing. And then when Spectrum see us, because we kind of cross over on our Wednesday rehearsal days.
Yeah.
When we see each other, we're saying hello and checking in and trying to support each other in shows that they're doing and things. So we're hoping we could do a show with them again soon, because it was lush. It was lush, those moments.
It was fun when we've done that before.
Absolutely.
I love the backstage stuff, when we were all giddy and about to go on stage together. You can see how excited they are and where they used to watch, even if it was just the adults or the principals on stage, they'd be watching on the side and cheering us all on. And it was such a little upgrade of our family. Now we had little nieces and nephews and little people around that we were looking after, and because we were in little animal groups, we had little core families.
Yeah.
So you were like the foxes group, I was the otters, and we had little otters, and it was such a lush.
Only one of me.
There was only one rat. Only Ratty.
Yeah, that's enough.
Still get called Ratty to this day by several members of Spectrum. They still don't know my name.
All right, Ratty.
Hello, Spectrum.
Have you got your boat still?
That bow.
How many times did that nearly go into the orchestra pit every night?
This probably really won't come across on the podcast, but I'm 6'6". I'm not a small man, so having a boat that I had to pretend to row and move my feet to move, and you could just see my knees above the edge of the boat going like that. I've never seen something more Flintstones in my life on the stage where me and Joe were trying to move it. It looked great from the audience, but we felt so silly doing it in the boat. It was funny.
It was the terror from us watching you from the sidelines, just thinking, are they going to stop? Are they going to stop?
Terror for you? I think it was more scary for the band in the pit.
That's what I mean. They were thinking that boat's coming towards me. It's coming in.
Cover your trombone.
Yeah.
So on the 29th of June, WODS have a summer concert coming up.
We do.
Do you?
We do.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You weren't invited for that one.
I'm washing my hair that day.
That's it.
Yes.
So the summer concert, where is that happening?
St George's Community Centre.
Nice.
Yeah, and we love using that venue. We used it for our musical bingo that was really successful this year. We used it for our All Together Now performance, which was our first little concert that we did. Just before we did Rent. And it's a really nice space, and it's nice, intimate, but we love the stage, and
Can you give us any insight to anything you're performing, or is it going to be totally top secret?
I think Natasha shared some on Natasha and Chloe are in charge.
Yeah.
But Natasha said some stuff on the radio, so I think you could.
I think the thing is that it's not your regular run-of-the-mill songs that you hear in all the time. It's like, oh, that song. Right. It's completely different selection of songs, musical theatre songs that maybe people haven't heard before or know the song, but do you know what I mean? It's not your typical.
I think we've got like really familiar musicals, but maybe we haven't chosen the most generic, the most used songs. So actually, we usually have a concert and it just runs, and you're gonna hear some Les Mis, you're gonna hear
Miss Saigon.
You're gonna hear
the crowd pleasers.
And we have got a few because you need to include them. And and they're great for us all to perform. But there's a few rogue ones in there.
I heard on the grapevine there's going to be a tap session or something. There's some song with tap dancing.
It is, and it's literally immense.
Is it?
It is, and you'll be pleased to know that I'm not in that.
No, but I'm singing, and I've got to sing over the tap.
Have you?
Yeah, I've got a big voice,
it
but
is
I don't
great.
really. Yeah.
That'll be quite interesting.
It's going to be fun.
And
it's a great number.
What song is that?
It's just a song.
Yeah.
Can you tell us?
No.
Go on, give us a little.
I'm not revealing that one because that's going to be an absolute.
That's
going to be.
So that song is after which song?
One from a musical.
And before what song?
Another one.
Another musical.
Another one from a musical.
Right.
They're all from musicals, by the way.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you.
Just in case.
I did wonder.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Or the old, no, I'm not joking. But earlier on, we were talking about new members, and you have got a new members audition coming up. What advice, or the best advice, would you give to someone who wants to join?
Just turn up and
Just come
put
and do
yourself out there.
So, do you have to be the best of the best at singing, or can someone who... Do you have to be Celine Dion, or can you be a bit...
No, I think you can join in with the company.
Yeah.
If you're happy to sing in a group,
Yeah.
happy to be heard singing, in a group, that's kind of the minimum.
Right, so you don't have to be the best of the best.
Don't have to be the best.
Oh,
Not at all.
No, you just have to want to take part and want to sing.
And actually, sometimes, there's the people that aren't so confident with singing, and they first come to us. You find that after they've done a few shows, they're then confident to go for a main role or a lead role because they know that actually if they put themselves out there, there's not going to be any ridicule or anything like that. It's, as we said before, it's very supportive. And it's like yourself, Laura, isn't it? Laura came into the society and myself, and, we were sort of like, but your confidence grows. And like Laura said, she came in to do Rent, and that was to be sort of a smaller part in the company, get used to things. And then she's ended up with 2 or 3 lead roles, which has been amazing, which she didn't even think would happen when she first joined the society. So it just goes to show that with that nurturing and that confidence building, you can be there, you can do it.
Yeah, it is.
I think there's a lot to be said for not even just for that aspect. I mean, yes, there is the kind of standard of performance to be able to go out on stage and actually do a show for people that are paying for tickets. That sometimes people can get that into their mind and think, I can never do it, I can never do it. But the fact of the matter is, it's a lot of times people will come to these societies as a social aspect. It's not, they're not coming to it as, I want to be the lead, I want to be the performer, I want to do all this. A lot of times it's, I joined WODS for the social aspect. I joined because it was coming out of lockdown, didn't know barely anyone in Weston, so did it as a way of kind of meeting people. And that's the big part of it. There's a lot of social aspects. We mentioned family and being very close, and that kind of extends to so many other aspects of performing. Production shows are one thing, but we do charity events, we do fundraising, we do loads of other things as well. We've sung them in Grove Park for the Jubilee stuff, and we've taken part in different performances or other aspects of it. So it's not just all about being centre stage in the limelight. You can be a part of the group that are there who are in the same boat as you, and are in the same kind of mindset and supportive of each other to do as much or as little as you want to do with the actual show. You could push for a lead, you can push for a principal part, or you could be quite happy just being part of it and being in the chorus. It's finding the balance.
Yeah, we have different levels of membership as well. So these new member auditions coming up, if you audition to be in the society at these auditions, it's mainly because you want to be a performing member. But we do have social members. We do have tech members. So if you've got actually something to bring and it's not singing, but you're great with costumes, you're great at set, or you're amazing with sound or lighting, we definitely want to hear from you too, because we need all of those amazing talents to put on these shows. So I would really encourage, if not, you don't feel like you can sing, but you want to get involved in musical theatre or the theatre scene, then get involved and give us a message. Yeah,
you kind of forget, don't you? It's like with the production, it's not all about the performers. Like you said, there's a lot of tech involved, lighting, sound. I've never thought about that.
I suppose a lot of people, when they see like World Operatics and other societies, they don't often think, I wonder if they need somebody that does costumes or somebody that does lighting or sound, because they see it purely as you come, you sing and you do shows. So actually it is really important, like Laura said, to get that point across, that we're always crying out for people that help backstage and behind the scenes, and that can bring something else to the society as opposed to singing and dancing and acting.
Well, that's good, that.
Yep.
So we just talked about the summer concert, which is obviously a summer concert. And we talked about the last big show was Sister Act. What's going to be your next big show? Are you allowed to tell us?
Yes.
Yeah, we can tell you.
It's a secret.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So we had sell-out success with Sister Act.
It was
amazing.
It
was amazing.
And that was at the Princess Theatre in Burnham.
It was. Burnham-on-Sea welcomed us with open arms, and they were amazing. They were absolutely amazing. We're going to go back there.
Even with the nuns invading for a day as well.
Yeah, that was good fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
That was a fun day. Yeah, so we're going to be going back there.
And what are you performing? What are you going to be performing there?
So it was a fantastic show, Sister Act, that was directed by Chloe and Rachel, and it was really good from everyone that enjoyed it and take part in it. There were so many nuns there. I heard the Pope was quite good as well. But yeah, it was nice seeing everybody there at Burnham.
Some say the Pope stole the show.
Oh no, the Pope was very much, we need someone to do it, go up and stand on the balcony. All right, okay.
It's funny because I was there on the last show, and I knew, because I'd seen you up there and blah-de-blah, and I knew what was happening, but people didn't realise that you were up there.
Yeah, there was lots of people that were like, what?
And then like, what's he doing up there? What's he doing? And it was, and then like, oh, he's the Pope, he's the Pope. It was pretty funny, that.
The funniest part about it was having to get into position up onto the balcony, and there were some staff members from the theatre who seemed genuinely really confused as to why there was this 6'6" guy who looked like Tyson Fury from Wish.com coming up dressed as the Pope on the balcony. The face was a picture. But no one else saw that because they were around the back.
Yeah.
It was a good look. Yeah, we're doing a show.
You can't leave us there.
We're doing a show in November, and
saying it?
yeah, of course we are.
Yeah.
We're doing The Wedding Singer.
So thank you very much to A Squared Technology, based in Weston-Super-Mare, for sponsoring this podcast. We've been able to get some really good merch, and we've got some of these cups which are fantastic for drinking your brew out of. Just give me one sec.
Oh, we love everyone at A Squared, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, how nice.
Anyway, let's get back to it. Singer.
Yes.
Nice. Can you...
What can you tell us about The Wedding Singer, Anthony?
Well, he is a guy who is in a relationship,
Yes.
and then she cheats on him.
No, well, it's not. It's
Or
not.
she gets bored.
No.
They split up, don't
She
they?
doesn't want to be with him anymore.
Yeah, she leaves him at the
She
altar.
leaves him at the altar.
Yeah.
Rude.
And then he kind of like forms a relationship with someone else, and then they kind of fall in love because she's going to get married as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
She's in a relationship with a bit of a yuppie.
Yes.
He's in a relationship with a bit of a rock chick, and it's around the kind of relationships of how they go, and then how the kind of relationship develops between Robbie and Julia in the show.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's great. And if everyone loves the film's also really funny. The musical's taken those elements, those 80s themes, the little cheesy moments, the little hints at 80s culture, and then they've put it in a musical. We're not able to have all of the amazing licensed songs, but all the songs are really fun to listen to, and we are able to have. We do have the Adam Sandler, Somebody Kill Me, and I Want to Grow Old with You.
Yeah.
So they're still in it.
Can I just ask, is the are tickets out yet on sale?
They're going to be on sale as soon as possible.
Okay.
And if you can share that with your listeners as soon as we've got them on sale. The show's going to be on the 21st of November to the 23rd of November.
And that is at the Princess Theatre.
Princess Theatre.
Burnham.
Yeah, we're coming back, Burnham.
With a show on the evenings and a matinee and an evening show on the Saturday as well, if you want to come to that.
4 shows.
I always like going to the last one. I always think that's the best one.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I've not seen any of the others. I can't really say. But I always feel like the last one, you get that buzz, and there's like...
It is good.
Yeah.
It's a good vibe.
It's nice to do it, like seeing the last show, being in a cast in the last show. It's a bit bittersweet because you're finishing the show run, and then what you don't see is we have to break down everything and pack everything and be out of the theatre that night.
Oh, so it's not like job done.
No.
Job done. We're going to enjoy ourselves. And it's
Absolutely not. No after-show
close
party.
Curtains, costume off, get all the props set into a van, get all the scenery taken down.
And that can take several hours as well. So sometimes you're out there at midnight, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, my favourite shows are usually one of the ones in the middle, like the Friday night. Yeah, it's that kind of vibe. Because the Thursday one, you're on adrenaline,
First show,
bit nervous. Oh no, so so did that go wrong, or that little bit didn't work, or something like that. Friday, you're in the swing of it and you're really enjoying it, and you don't need to get exhausted and sweaty clearing up everything on a Friday night. Go straight to the pub after Friday night.
Curry.
This is going to be my last question. Well, yeah, my last question now. Obviously, your last show, you're doing your bows and stuff. How does it feel afterwards? Because obviously you've had such an intense few days. Do you just like, oh, thank beep, that's over and done with? Or you just like, oh, a bit like, oh. Do you get like the blues, or are you kind of like after show blues?
Yeah.
Particularly if you've really had a good time on that particular show, if you've really enjoyed what's like, particularly that show itself, like you mentioned Willows and Bad Girls and Rent and stuff like that. Whenever we have like a really good show that we've really enjoyed doing, that after that final show, it is a bit of a grieving process.
It is,
Getting out of the theatre is a bit of a distraction for a few hours, but then it starts kicking in the days
afterwards.
The
next day, it's like there's no rehearsal.
Exactly.
I don't have to be at the theatre. What am I going to do with my life now? Because you spent like 5 months like rehearsing and learning all your songs and your lines, and then it's like, oh.
It stopped.
Nothing.
That's it.
It's kind of why the way that we've set this up is that we've got the concert on the 29th of June, and then literally we go straight into Wedding Singer, audition prep, and everything else. So
on the Tuesday, isn't it? Saturday's the show.
The next day.
Tuesday, I was like, I can't. I don't think I've got the emotional anything in the bank to have any sort of blues.
Yeah.
Let's go straight from the concert to start Wedding Singer.
Yeah, it keeps that momentum up as well, I suppose. Interest.
Yeah. Don't start losing people. Remember Wednesday, see you Wednesday.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, Lash.
Anyway, guys, thank you very much for coming in and having a chat with us. You've been awesome. By the way, this amazing room is at Allstars Bowling in Weston-Super-Mare. We are in the karaoke room. So you can come and have a strike, or you can come and have a sing. So I'm going to see if these guys, are you up for a bit of karaoke, guys?
Always.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't sing.
Who isn't?
Bless you.
Bless you. That is a wrap. Thank you very much for you guys coming in. I will put links in the description to WODS. Check out the summer concert and check out Wedding Singer, because that is going to be absolutely amazing. But yeah, we have been straight out of Weston. If you guys have got a community project going on, or a group, or you want to get involved, this is for everyone. So send us a message, get involved, and we'll get you on. And we'll get chatting to you and hopefully show people of Weston what's happening. So, thank you very much. Thank you yet again to everyone who's sponsored us and who's donated to the GoFundMe page. We could not do this, with these microphones and stuff like that. We wouldn't be able to do this without your help and donations. So, thank you very much. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm going to get these guys doing some karaoke. So, I'll show you some of that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you very much, everyone.
Bye. Bye.